There's a lot of great talent in the UFC, and at any point you can look at the UFC rankings and find all the talent divisions. But what about the guys without the number next to their name? The guys who are rising talent with only a small handful of fights in the UFC. The talent that hasn't been given their crack at a ranked opponent. Well, I'm going to be going through each division and telling you who I think the two best unranked fighters in each division are, and giving an honorable mention along the way. In this first video, we're going to be going through the Flyweight division. Starting off, we have our honorable mention of Felipe Daytona dos Santos. Now, while dos Santos only has one fight in the UFC, it was a short notice bout against the current number 8 ranked flyweight contender, Manel Starboy Cape. And this performance was a star-making performance that showed his potential to be a threat to the division. He was able to land crisp shots and have a back-and-forth war against Cape. And yes, he was dropped multiple times, and he did lose the fight. He gained massive notoriety. He put the flyweight division on notice, and he's someone that you should look out for next when watching a UFC card and seeing that flyweight division. Now, we have the undefeated Japanese prospect, Tetsuro Taira. Taira has 4 fights in the UFC, with 2 decision victories and 2 submission victories. And while in his last outing against Edgar Shires, he got a little bit exposed for his striking defense and submission defense when, he got dropped in the first round and almost got submitted with a guillotine in the 3rd round. But he still has major promise, showcasing his great ground control, his good submission threat, and his nasty ground and pound. And with Taira only being 23 years old, he has all the time in the world to improve his striking and submission defense. And if he can improve that striking and submission defense, he could become a big problem for these flyweights. Finally, we have the 9-1 flyweight, Joshua the Fearless Van. Now, Joshua Van has 2 fights in the UFC, with a split decision win against Zhalgas Zhumagulov in his UFC debut, and a unanimous decision victory over Kevin Bioras in November on UFC 295. Joshua Van is also younger than the last prospect, Taira, at 22, and he shows a lot of promise. He's a very slow starter in that first round, almost matching or sharing similarities with that of Peter Yan. Using the first round to gauge distance, find the timing. He's a crisp boxer, good jab, ripping body shots. In his second fight, in 295, he almost broke the flyweight record for body strikes landed. This man is a threat. He has a good takedown defense and good takedown offense, which he displayed against Bioras. He's a young fighter, a lot of time to improve his ground game and further diversify his striking arsenal. He is someone that could be a big problem for these flyweights who have to cut a lot of weight with the power this guy has in his hands. Now, those are my 3 big flyweights to be on the lookout for. If you guys think that there was anyone else I should have mentioned, or there's a bigger threat in the flyweight division, then let me know. But until then, that's my list. See ya.